I know you would not want your career pursuit to keep the same pace with treadmilling. Good day and welcome to another episode of Employment Ready Podcast. Today we are going to be talking about progress evaluation. Yes, progress evaluation, and it's going to be a practical podcast. So I want you to get your writing materials and your plan, your career plan. Please get it. Pause this video and get it. If you are doing something, I suggest you keep the podcast till you're done and then focus on the podcast as your writing materials ready now. So let's get started. I want you to go through your entire plan. You pause this podcast and go through your entire plan so that you have it again, just the way it is written in your mind once again. So after you're done, I want you to go to your requirements section. Go to your requirements section. After you get to your requirements section, I want you to look at the current requirements that you are pursuing, those things that you are currently pursuing at the moment you are in their pursuit. You know, there are requirements that require you to pursue them later in the future. So I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about the ones you are doing right now. So I want you to go to another page or get another paper. Yes, if you're not having it, pause it, please. You go get another paper, then list them out. You list them, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 till you're done listing all of these things that you are currently pursuing. Now let's go back to number 1. Let's see. Ask yourself, why are you pursuing this thing? What is the reason why? Okay, you write your answer beside it or in another page. Number 1, this is what I am pursuing, and this is the reason why I am pursuing it. So I want you to ask the next question. The next question is, how is the progress? How is the progress of this thing that you are pursuing? Are you progressing or not? Is the progress fast or slow? And are you progressing at all, or there is no any progress? So these are the 3 main questions, or you can also improvise your own questions so that you do the evaluation more efficiently. So now when you ask yourself those questions, then you ask another question. When you ask this question and find out that you are not progressing at all, you have to ask yourself another question. So is there a need for me to re-strategize? And the answer is yes. So we're going to re-strategize how we are going to approach this requirement so that we are going to achieve it at the estimated time. So this is how you go through all of these requirements till you do it well. You have to change the approach for those that you are not progressing, and for those that it's not being fast, you have to think of how you can make it fast, because speed matters. The speed that you are getting what you need to get also matter, because we don't have forever in this world. So there is a need for us to be mindful of the time we are taking in doing what we are doing. So please, it is important to track our progress, to see how far we are going in all that we are doing. Because I remember one day I went to the kitchen. I am the one who is going to cook that day. I got the pot, I fetched my water, I put it on the burner, and I went out of the kitchen. I was doing few things outside, and something told me, go check the water you put on the fire. I was going to cook white rice that day. So I have my rice kept for me outside, waiting for my water to become a little bit warm before I can apply it to the water. And I went back, I met my pot, my gas, everything is just where I left it. And what just happened here? And that's when it occurred to me that I never even light the gas. Do you see the need for evaluation, the need for tracking your progress, the need for you to cross-check your work. So you don't want to wake up and find out that all the things that you were doing, you weren't doing anything and the time is gone, and it's a resource that we don't want to waste. Our editor of this podcast also shared his story with me. He told me that one day he traveled all the way. It was not an hour, I think a 2-hour journey to where he was going to. More than an hour journey to where he was going to go and interview a lady. He went there, interviewed her, and after finishing the interview, that was also more than an hour, he realized that he never recorded anything. What? I felt for him, because the time, the money, and the person she had to schedule that meeting, and it was so sad that it happened that way. So we have to always cross-check what we are doing. We have to be very, very, very careful. Always make sure that in your career pursuit, in your preparations for employment, you looking at your progress. You look at your progress so that you know if there is a need for you to change your approach, or if there is need for you to increase the speed, or for you to continue the way you are doing. But we cannot know if we do not evaluate. Please, let's keep this a format, or we can even bring out our own format. The most important thing here is that we are evaluating, and we are also making sure that there is progress. It's not just a movement in one place. Thank you very much for being with us in today's podcast. We are going to be with you next week for another interesting topic. Thank you and bye.